Hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to 12 Days of Christmas, day 11. Today I have a really fun, easy card layout to share with you that I think you're going to be using for lots of occasions using lots of different paper. The paper that I'm highlighting today is the Flowers for Every Season paper, and this is a paper I've been working with a lot in the last month, you've noticed. So I did a 12 Days of Christmas gift box, and all of the things that I've been showing you in the 12 Days of Christmas videos are things that were included in the box. So if you're watching and you haven't opened your day 11 gift, turn it off. Come back to this video later. I don't want to spoil surprise, but if you've already opened a gift, and for everyone who didn't get the box, this was the day 11 gift, the 4-season floral stamp set. I have been using this, and you've probably noticed over the last couple days. I'm going to show you really quick, and I think I showed this in another video. The 4-season floral stamp set is from the beginner customer brochure, Make Beautiful Things. It's here on page 5. It's not in the annual catalog, so you may have missed this stamp set because it's not something that we really see a lot of, but it coordinates perfectly with the 4-season Flowers for Every Season designer paper. And so I really wanted to include, this is definitely one of my favorites in the new catalog. I love the birthday and the thank you, and we've got the for you as well, and then the 4 different flowers. So this is the stamp set I'm going to be using to make the cards today. This is the stamp set that everybody received in their 12 Days of Christmas gift box, and you can get the stamp set too. It's available in the online store. It's not going anywhere. It's item number 152801, 4-season floral. And if you're looking for it in the catalog, it's not in the big one. It's only in that little one, but it is available in the online store. And hopefully all of my customers, you've received this brochure. If you haven't, let me know. I'm happy to send you one. It's mostly just got little kits and bundles that are ideal for new stampers who don't have a lot of experience and don't have a lot of supplies. So that stamp set is one of the exclusive stamp sets that are only pictured in the brochure. The other one is, the fruit set. That's right. The cute fruit. Isn't that cute? So this stamp set is not pictured in the annual catalog, but it is available for everyone to purchase. So if you're interested in that stamp set, you can get that in the online store as well. All right, so the other thing that I've been showing you a lot in the last week is this calendar. And so today I am going to show you how I cut the designer paper to make the calendar, and then we're using the leftover pieces to make the cards today. Even though I'm doing the designer paper that way, you can easily use these measurements to make cards with any designer paper and cut them yourself down to the size. Okay, so here is a sneak peek of the card that we're going to make, but let me start by showing you the sizes to cut, and then we're going to break down the cutting of the cardstock and the white, and we're going to bring it all together to make a whole stack of cards using the 4-season floral. All right, I'm going to first remind you about my calendar kits because I'm sending them out today, a whole bunch of them. You can get a kit with everything to make just the calendar. The rings, the frame, the die cut pieces, and then the calendar pages that are pre-cut and pre-punched. So the whole thing is just ready for you to assemble. It even includes a sheet of Stampin' Dimensionals to stick the calendars on. The second kit option is called the Semi DIY kit, and it includes a package of 8.5 by 11 in color cardstock, a full package of Flowers for Every Season designer paper, a frame, and the die cut calendars. And this is the kit that you really should think about getting because you'll be able to use the extra pieces that I'm showing you today with the cardstock that you'll get to make the cards that I'm making today. So getting the Semi DIY calendar kit will allow you to keep crafting and make not only the projects that I'm showing you today, but also all those cute little boxes that I showed you yesterday. So Semi DIY kit is going to have everything you need to make the calendar plus all of this. tinyurl.com/2021 calendar kit is the form that you're going to use to reserve your calendar. And again, if you have already reserved your kit, it's going in the mail today, so watch for that coming soon. Let's get started with the cutting. Just got a pile of stuff. Hopefully it does not fall over on me. Okay, so I'm using the 6x6 Flowers for Every Season designer paper. Okay, there are 12 different patterns with flowers for every season, so this one was an ideal choice for the calendar. The first cut that I made was at 3.5, so I used my big cutter and I cut the whole stack down at not 3.5, 3.25. Okay, 3.25, and then the second cut is at 5.25, so that I have all these little leftover pieces. Okay, so stick these aside because you're going to use them later. And this is for the calendar. Okay, so you will use this piece to make the calendar. If you're not making a calendar, you could just cut this down to the same size that we're going to cut the other half. Okay, so then what's left here is 2 3/4 inches by 6 inches. And we're going to cut at 4 inches. So I'm going to get my paper cutter out here and I'm going to do it and show you exactly what I did. I think I can cut 2 at a time. So I'm going to slide these in and I'm going to cut at 4 inches. I have a smaller piece and a bigger piece, and I'm going to create 2 different piles with that. So all of these pieces, cutting at 4 inches. Last set. Okay, so now this piece, I should have wrote this down for you, because if you are creating these at home with different designer paper, this is the piece that you want to cut your paper to. It is 2 3/4 inches by 4 inches. So if you're using a 6x6 piece, then you can cut 2 sets of the 2 3/4 inch by 4 inches from your designer paper. And then you'll have scraps to use for other things. Okay, so these scraps, I'm going to set them aside with these scraps. Actually, let me just show you really quick. Yesterday, I showed you these little 2, 4, 6 boxes, and this is the scraps that I used for these. So it was the bigger piece that I cut the tag from and the smaller piece that I used for the little banner. So you can create the 2, 4, 6 boxes using those leftover pieces. I did a 1.5 inch circle and I stamped with the 4 season floral, and I also used the in color cardstock. Okay, so the in color cardstock and the designer paper, it all is going to work together. So those little pieces create the boxes, and these big pieces we're going to turn into cards. Again, these are 2 3/4 inches by 4 inches. So the next thing we're going to do is to cut the layers. I have 5 pieces of cardstock. So actually I have 6. I'm only going to use 5 of them. I have 1 of each of the in colors and 1 sheet of Whisper White. Let's start with the white one. I'm going to cut the white one at 4 1/4. And then I'm going to turn it and I'm going to cut 3 pieces that are 3 inches. 1, 2, 3. These are going to be layers for our designer paper. Set this aside. You can use that to punch circles. And then this is also 4 1/4, and I'm going to cut it into 3 inch pieces. Okay, so now I've got 6 layers. I've got 12 pieces of designer paper, and let's go ahead and do our card bases. I love these in colors. This is Magenta Madness. I'm scoring and cutting, scoring at 4 1/4, cutting at 5 1/2. Then Bumblebee, scoring at 4 1/4, cutting at 5 1/2. This is just a standard card base, so this is not anything fancy or different. And blue, Misty Moonlight. Sorry, Bumblebee, Just Jade, Misty Moonlight. And the last one is Cinnamon Cider, but I'm not going to use that for my cards today. You certainly could, but I have it kind of already matched up and ended up not using that. So we have card bases, we have white layers, and then we have our designer paper. Now, I love to conserve cardstock, so here's a little trick. For our card, we're going to have a circle that has the stamped image. So I'm going to stamp or punch the circle. This is a 2-inch circle punch. I'm going to punch this out of the Whisper White layer because we're going to cover it up and no one will know that we multitasked our paper. This is a great way to conserve paper and to be smart with your resources. Okay, so this is, just popped out. There we go. The 2-inch circle punch. One of my favorites. I feel like maybe I need to get a new one because it's starting to get a little rough around the edges. I use it so much. Okay, so now we're going to take and we're going to mix and match our layers. Okay, so all of these have 2 sides. Okay, so we have some patterns that are good for backgrounds like this one. So I'm going to kind of go through and match up how I want to mix and match my pieces. I'm trying to remember what I did. I had this all set ahead of time. Really great. Here we go. Some nice solids. And you can mix and match these however you want. How about that? Okay. So I've created 6 sets of designer paper, and then you can match them up to the card. So this can be on a blue card, and we can do this one on, the yellow card. We could do that one on green or on blue. Yep. Oh, let's see. This one on green. Oh, here we go. Pink. That is electric, isn't it? Wow, wow, wow. How did I do that on my samples here? Yep, that's what I did. And then let's do this one on pink as well. That pink looks so bright under these lights. Okay, so we have a couple extra. I'm just going to stick those aside. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to do some simple layering. So I'm going to go through each one. We should have did a start the timer because this is one of those projects I feel like it's really easy to make some quick cards. So we've got, again, the designer paper piece is 2 3/4 inches by 4 inches. And then the white layer is 3 inches by 4 1/4. Okay, so easy. Both designer papers are the same size, and we're just going to put them on the card and layer them a little differently. So this is going to go at the bottom. And then I like to use Stampin' Dimensionals, so I'm going to do dimensionals under here. And that's going to go on the card. You can either make it straight or you can make it at an angle. And see how this gets covered up? You don't even know that there is a circle missing from that designer paper. It looks complete. So let's go ahead and do all of our layers and glue these onto our cards. I love quick and easy layouts, so I'm super excited when I find one that I just love and I can make it look different with different designer paper. And that's what's great about this designer paper, the Flowers for Every Season, is that you have so many different patterns that even though we're making the same card, they're all different. All 6 of these cards are different, and you can keep mixing and matching the same patterns in different combinations to create different cards. So no 2 card looks the same unless you repeat and do, oh, I love this pattern. Unless you repeat and put, cut more than one set of designer paper. And, oh, that one's so pretty too. Oh my. That's really hard. See, like I feel like I just want to go through and make another set with the other sides of the designer paper because it's so pretty. I hate to cover any of them up. I love this because it's just really, it just really pops with the bumblebee and the Just Jade together. So I'm going to stick with this side, although I love that side too. I think I use that flower side on the calendar. So this is fun because you can create the calendar and then you can create a set of cards that coordinate and you can send them out throughout the year. Have I sold you guys on the Flowers for Every Season paper yet? I've been using it so much and I've been falling in love with it. So if you're not in love with it yet, I'm not sure what else I can do to show you how versatile this designer paper pack is. And the good news is that it's in the annual catalog, which means it's not retiring yet. And so there's plenty of stock. You don't have to worry about it going anywhere, and you can have plenty of time to add this to your next order. We're just flying through these. Oh, yay. Thank you so much for sharing, Jill. I can't believe that we're already on day 11 of our 12 Days of Christmas series. So there's just one more day left tomorrow and one more project. And then we're just going to go back to doing the regular weekly Thursday night stamp therapy. But I've got so much to do. I will be so busy. I'm going to trim this one just a little bit. I have got my boxes and boxes of catalogs that I need to get out to everybody, and I'm still working on Christmas cards and November project kits, so I need to get cracking. I've got so much work ahead of me, and the next few days, the next week, I'm looking forward to taking a break around Christmas time and just having some time with my family to slow down a little bit when I get everything else done. Yes, Nancy, you definitely will love this designer paper. And in January, you get a free celebration gift when you spend $50 or more. Oh, I almost forgot. So Stampin' Up! posted an update yesterday about the Whisper White cardstock, which is what I'm using for the layers here. Whisper White has been a staple. We love Whisper White. Use it so much. So smooth and such a great basic cardstock. But unfortunately, the paper mill that makes it for us has closed down due to everything that's going on with the pandemic. So Stampin' Up! Has sourced out a new white cardstock for us called Basic White. So there is limited inventory of Whisper White cardstock and envelopes, and I think the note cards have already sold out. I don't have an exact date as to when Basic White will be available, but they've done lots and lots of testing, and it is it is up to Stampin' Up! Standards as far as being able to tear and stamp well and die cut well and punch well and all those things. They've tested it rigorously. So I'm excited about the new Basic White. So there may be a period of time in between where one is not available. So if you are placing an order, I would tack on a pack of Whisper White so that you have some. And if you're not placing an order, you can use what you have. Very Vanilla is a great substitute, and there are no issues with that. So Very Vanilla is a good substitute until we get our Basic White coming back. We're just going to have to be creative. Instead of white layers, maybe we do colored layers here. Okay, I know. But the Basic White hopefully will be available really, really soon, and we won't have to worry about it. And Whisper White cardstock, I ordered some this morning. It's still available right now, so I got myself a pack and I'm all good. It's going to be okay. Let's finish off these cards. So we have our layering done, and gosh, even though it's the same layout, these cards look so different, don't they? Love the bright colors of the in colors. So we're using the 4-season floral stamp set, and we're going to stamp some circles to go on. And so I've got them all done here, and I've picked out some colors from the In Color ink pad. So we're going to bring that in. I feel like I do need a little, there's that link again. I'm going to use the back of it to stamp instead of getting out my grid paper. So let's start here with this one. I'm going to do some yellow roses, bumblebee, and then we've got 2 different sentiments in this stamp set, happy birthday and thank you, which is perfect because that is the sentiments that I send out the most, is happy birthday and thank you. So we'll do this one, can be a thank you card. And we're going to put that on with Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to do all the stamping and then I'll come back with the Stampin' Dimensionals. Let's do the same colors here because we've got a similar color scheme going on. We're going to do yellow roses. And then I'm going to do happy birthday in magenta. Beautiful. Oh, I love this. Let's switch gears. We're going to have to clean. We're going to have to clean our stamps really quick with our chamois. This color, Misty Moonlight, this is a monochromatic card, so I'm going to use Misty Moonlight for both the flower and the sentiment because it doesn't have any of the other in colors in it. So I think this stamp is going to be really pretty. Let's do this. Oh my gosh, I love that stamp. And, you know, I'm going to make it sideways. Oh, that's pretty. Yes. Okay, let's use the same flower, and we're going to stamp in Bumblebee, and then we'll do the words in Just Jade. So let's go on the side, and Just Jade will happy birthday this one. Did I? Nope, that's right. Okay. Perfect. Ooh, sunflowers. Okay. This one, there is a small sunflower in the Celebrate Sunflowers stamp set. This one, we're going to use this daisy image, which kind of looks like a sunflower, maybe. I think a little black-eyed Susan, maybe. And we'll go brown. Let's clean off the happy birthday and the thank you. Which one do we want to do? Let's do thank you. Oh, I love this. All right, last card here. We're going to bring in a different color. Poppy Parade is the poinsettia. So we're going to do Poppy Parade. I guess we could have done, and maybe I will on the other side. Let's clean that. We'll try this yellow, the bumblebee. In the middle of the poinsettia, there is a little bit of bumblebee. And so let's see what we think about that. Let's stamp the bumblebee. Poinsettia, and then add Just Jade. Do you know anyone whose birthday is on Christmas or Christmas Eve? This might be a nice paper to use for that. What do you think about the yellow? Does that work? I don't know if I like it. Maybe we do need to try to stamp that again in Poppy Parade. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about Bumblebee. What do you think about Bumblebee Poinsettia? Let's punch and stamp another one for comparison. Eva says nope. There are other colors of poinsettias, aren't there? Maybe not yellow. You guys are so traditional. Fine, Poppy Parade. 92. Oh, that's awesome, Linda. My brother, his birthday is January 7th. He was due on Christmas Eve, but he came a good, what is that, like 2 weeks? 2 weeks late? Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Oh, God bless my mama. All right, I'm just cleaning off my stamps really quick with the chamois. I'm going to set those aside. I think you guys all agree that the Poppy Parade poinsettia is the way to go, so I will ditch that one. And now we're going to assemble the cards, put the sentiments on with the Stampin' Dimensionals. Now here I'm going to peek again back to my finished sample. I incorporated a little bit of in-color ribbon and then one of my favorite embellishments, the rhinestones, just to dress that up a little bit. So you could glue that down just as is and have that be your card, or if you want to dress it up, you can add the ribbon. We have in-color ribbon and all of the colors. So Misty Moonlight, Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, and Magenta Madness. So I'm going to go ahead and let's just cut a few pieces for our cards because I do like them better with the ribbon. I think they just dress them up a little bit. Lois, the name of the stamp set that I'm using is called Four Season Floral. And as I said, this one is in the beginner brochure, so it's not in the annual catalog, but it is available in the online store right now. Anybody can order it. It will be available through the same timeline of the annual catalog. It's just not actually pictured in the catalog. Let's see. On this one, ooh, I can't decide on colors. What do you think? Blue or brown or Bumblebee for this card? All of the colors are in this paper, so I feel like you could really go any way. Oh, Nancy, you're so awesome. A couple years ago, my grandmother turned 90, and so I asked for 90 birthday cards for her, and we got almost exactly 90. On her actual birthday, she had received exactly 90 cards. There were some stragglers that came in late, but it was so awesome, and she was so overwhelmed by the expression of birthday wishes to celebrate her occasion. It was so awesome. Okay, so what are you guys saying? Blue. Bonnie says blue. Linda says Bumblebee, which is yellow. Maria says blue. Why not use all three? I don't know. Is that too busy? I feel like that might be too much. We'll go with blue on this one. You know, because here's a reason. Because the stamps image are in the brown and the yellow, so the blue is a nice way to bring that blue color in there. All right, for this one, how about some yellow? Yeah, yellow for sure. Gonna need another blue one for this. This card, definitely that pink. Where did my pink? Here's the pink. It's hiding over here. Oops. Pink, and then, oh yeah, some green. Green over here. Okay. Beautiful. All right, these are coming together really nicely. So let's just start assembling. Going to do kind of fold these in half and then a little bit of adhesive back here to, oh, that one was long. I kind of like it peeking out like that. So we'll do that. Some dimensionals. Push that down real good. I should have had my music playing in the background. I've been listening to Christmas music. I just love Christmas music, don't you? And then I get the songs stuck in my head, and then I'm just singing all day long. Oh, Nancy says, I love the way you can just throw this together and make such beautiful cards. You're my hero. You just made my day, Nancy. Thank you. You know, I have been stamping for, honestly, I've been stamping since I was 10. I took a really long break in the middle there, and then I found stamping again as a newlywed, and I've been stamping as an adult for 19 years. And a demonstrator for 18 and a half of those years. And so I have a lot of practice. Stamping is literally my job. And I always make it a goal to be easy and duplicatable and make stamping a fun and an experience that everyone can feel successful doing. So I'm so glad that you are getting that and that you are inspired and enjoy what I have to share, because that is my goal, is to make this something that everyone can do and that everyone feels empowered to be creative and to make things, because there's something just so satisfying about making something. And I always said I would start scrapbooking when I had kids, and I never really got into it. I don't know why, but I love card making because it's so fast. With a scrapbook, it's like a long investment, right? Before the finished product. And even though you maybe complete a page, there still is this long journey to finish an album. And with a card, there's more instant gratification, right? Like you make a card and you feel like you've accomplished something, and then you send that card to somebody and like it lives on and creates more happiness for other people. And so I don't know. I love that about card making, that it's something that is more of an instant gratification, and then that it does have this legacy as you send it, and it has a new life, bringing smiles to people. So that's what I love about card making. The other thing too, I almost hate to mention this after I said something just so sweet and nice, but the great thing about making cards is that if it doesn't turn out the way you want it to, then like you just move on and you haven't ruined the whole album, right? Like if you don't like the card, you just toss it out or you send it to somebody who won't care. And oh, what happened to the rhinestone? And you move on. So that's what I love about cards, right? If it doesn't turn out the way that you want it to, you just move on, create something else, keep going. So I'm just adding some rhinestones just to jazz up our cards a little bit more. Now, as you're sending your holiday cards, you might sometimes struggle with these little embellishments like the rhinestones, getting caught in the postal machine and requiring extra postage. So one little hint that I have is to place like a piece of cardstock, or I have these hostess invitation postcards as a demonstrator that I don't really use. So sometimes I put that on a card. So if you ever get a card from me and it has a blank postcard, that's why. I'm just protecting it to even it out so that it goes through the postal machine okay. And the other thing I just got, when we did our desks, we got this really, really thin foam that was wrapped around the desk pieces. So I've saved that, and you can cut that down can put it over your card as well. It doesn't really add much thickness because it's really, really, really thin, but it just sort of evens out and neutralizes those rhinestones. So here are the cards that we made. You can tell band has started upstairs. So our timing is just perfect. My daughter's got band and she's just started playing her saxophone. So here are the cards that we made today. Again, kind of a one-sheet wonder. With one sheet of 6x6, we cut pieces for the calendar, we cut pieces for the cards, and then we used the extra pieces to create the 2 4-6 boxes. We did that the other day. So many different projects with one sheet of designer paper. I hope that I've inspired you. Thank you so much for watching today. I will share the measurements again in the video description when we're all done. So if you didn't get a chance to jot them down, just check back there. You can order the Flowers for Every Season designer paper, 2-inch circle punch, paper trimmer, tags, punches, ribbon, rhinestones in my online store at juliedavison.com/shop. I would so love to be your demonstrator and spoil you with free make and take kits when you order $40 or more. And if you order in my online store this month, I will send you copies of the mini catalogs that are coming out. So that's what I'm working on this weekend. All right, that is it for me today. Tune in tomorrow for the final 12 Days of Christmas series. We'll be live at 12:30 p.m. Central Time right here on Facebook. Have a great day. Bye.